For the longest time, Dragon Ball FighterZ has been a game haunted by unbalance. Fusions, Janamba, and even women. Yes, terrifying, I know. In this sea of chaos, the game has long suffered the tyranny of these characters, who want nothing but to destroy the fun of the game. But don't worry, I, the literal and living personification of balance, have come to save this game. Introducing the ultimate Super Saiyan Kaioken times 100 Zenkai balance patch. This is a patch that will solve all the problems the game currently has, and once more restore order and balance. Just before we get into it though, just a quick shout out to RC Burrito for basically teaching me how to mod Dbfz. Yeah, please go subscribe to him, he's a very cool guy. Also, thank you to the maker of the Dbfz Rainbow mod, because that was basically my inspiration to this. And thank you to my good friends RB and Kaji's Jack, who basically recorded all the clips for this video because my PC is ass. So, without further ado, let's get into it.
Too much fun.
So I fixed Goku's leg. So you might have remembered in the patch notes, they nerfed Goku's 2N and it kind of became dog water. Yeah, well now it kind of goes full screen. Not actually full screen, it actually whiffs if you do try it full screen, so don't do that. Now let's talk about Frieza. Honestly, one of my favorite characters in Dragon Ball. He always felt like he didn't really fit in as a zoner. So his 5S now insanely knockbacks and can be comboed. And also he can spam destructive discs, so yeah. Yeah, I think this was the buff he needed, honestly, because he was kind of bottom tier. Now, let's talk about Kid Buu. Yeah, this is pretty self-explanatory. Now, let's talk about Majin Buu. So, you may have seen in the intro, Majin Buu actually one-shots with his 236 hate. Because, I mean, it's just realistic. I mean, if you think about it, he's 100 kilograms. If he were to land on you from that height, it's over. It's over. Now, let's talk about Ginyu. Honestly, I like what Ginyu's got going on. He's got his squad, he's got his homeboys, he's got his ride or dies, you know. I'm a little bit jealous, I'm just saying, but, you know. But why limit yourself to only one at a time? Why not just summon all of them at the same time? Therefore, you can get maximum value, 100%. And before the Ginyu mains start typing in the comments,
Well, actually, it's more of a nerf than a buff, because Ginyu has a very specific skill order.
I know. Okay, I've got a friend. She was very verbal. So, if this video gets 50 likes, I'll remove his ability to walk. Let's talk about Android 18.
Here comes the code.
So I was going to do an entire, section for Super Baby 2, showcasing all the changes I made off and how they play into him. But my friend recorded a really good combo, so I'm just going to let it play. Who let him cook for real? Now let's talk about Jiren. I fucking hate this little piece of shit. This red little turd. He's so stupid. He's so annoying. I genuinely, if you have him in your lineup, consider final explosioning yourself, because honestly, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. So what did I do? You want to know what I did? You want to know what I did? I completely removed his ability to teleport, so this little shit becomes competitively unviable because I hate him so fucking much. Oh yeah, and Lab Coat, she's pretty annoying, so she does 0 damage now, and she doesn't gain ki, and she can't super dash. Vegito can now, his 5S and his 6S are a little bit large now. Oh yeah, and about UI Goku, he's just kind of invulnerable with projectiles. Just all the time. Because fuck you. Now, I watched Dragon Ball Superhero a while back, and I gotta tell you, it was an incredible film. I mean, truly the best Dragon Ball film of all time. The stakes were high, Gohan beats, and one of my favorite parts of the film was Cell Max. And so, I realized there were not enough installs in the game. I mean, only Golden Frieza has one.
So I thought, why not give him a Cell Max install? And then I realized I didn't actually have a model, and I couldn't be bothered to model one, so he just kind of gets stronger. He gets a little bit of a damage buff, you know, a little bit of a movement speed buff. Nothing. I also gave Goku, base Goku that is, a Kaioken install, because I love the Kaioken. One of the best mechanics of Dragon Ball. It gives you a 50% damage buff, but it drains away your health. Even if you switch out, it still drains away your health. And even when you're, you know, in that, you know, beginning of a round, it still drains your health. So, yeah, pretty funny. Of course, this isn't as funny as Hit's time stop, and yes, Hit has a time stop now. It's 300 frames or 5 seconds, and you can basically do anything you want. You can't just super smash attack someone, otherwise the time stop will end prematurely, so don't do that. I mean, honestly, it's pretty fair and balanced if you ask me, but... I also gave base Vegeta Ultra Ego. Call it Ultra Ego sign or whatever the hell, I don't care. But basically, if you haven't read the manga, the more damage he takes, the stronger he gets, and yeah, it's pretty fair. Although I gotta mention, sometimes for Kaioken Goku and Ultra Ego Vegeta, the auras sometimes disappear, but if that happens, you should charge a key and they should come back. I tried fixing it, but I spent like 5 hours, and I'm not good, so... And there's even more changes, but I'm not going to be able to go through them because I'm lazy, and this video is already pretty long for my liking. Check out the mods in the description. Thank you to the people who recorded clips. And remember, 50 likes, I remove Ginyu's ability to walk.